So I've been carrying a notebook on my person in my pocket for almost 3 years now. And one of the main things that comes up when you carry a notebook in your pocket is durability. I don't want to tear my notebook up by just carrying it on me. And obviously there's a charm in the general wear and tear, but it gets to a point where it affects the functionality. Hence, a pouch. So early on, I had this pouch and I used it to carry my notebooks. And I've been using this ever since. And about, I would say a month or so ago, I was just kind of feeling it out, and I was really getting sick and tired of the bulk that this created in my pocket. And so I'm like, I want to be able to carry my notebook and also keep it relatively protected without experiencing such a bulky experience. I knew that this is extremely valuable because it's got the pouch in the middle where you keep all your goodies and stuff. But I found that I wasn't using that as often as I felt would be necessary to make it worth keeping this thing around. So I decided, again here about a month ago, that I wanted to experiment with a new form of field notes protection. And that brings me to the Stuff Sheath. The DDC brand Stuff Sheath. So an interesting tidbit about this, first of all, it's Draplin Design Company, Aaron Draplin, co-founder of Field Notes, designed these for protecting your field notes, essentially. It's an extremely simple design. It's just a piece of leather folded in half and sewn at the bottom, but it's made specifically to fit a field notes and a pen and some other small documents. And so I got this online. I ordered it from his site, and I wanted to give it a try. I wanted something that was thin, skinny, and this clearly fits the bill. I think it's a skinny little, it's skinny. So I got it, and obviously it's leather, so it's going to take some time to wear in. So I'm still in the process of breaking this thing in, and because I carry 2 pens on me, it still has some bulk to it, but the difference between leather and this fabric material is the leather is going to sort of mold and take shape and be sort of formable, whereas the fabric, it's just going to wear. It's going to tear up eventually. The leather's going to last a lot longer. But I've been carrying this thing on me in my pocket for about a month. I wanted to give it some time to wear in and for me to get used to it before making this video talking about it. This thing was, I think, $40, $39.99 on his site. Editor GareTheBear here. Something I utterly failed to mention when talking about the price of the Stuff Sheath was the fact that it came with a rare memo book. It came with not a one of one, but it came with a single from the Draplin Design studio floor. I got this one, which is like super gnarly, super cool. It's called the Irregular Issue DDC Deadest print. And to my understanding, there's like dead print, deader print, deadest print. Basically just random stuff that Draplin's designed, but slapped on a field notes cover with foil and stuff. Pretty neat, pretty neat. This is grid. I'm really looking forward to use this one actually because it's like super, super cool looking. I love like the colors that pop off the white. But anyway, part of the $40 price tag is a unique and I think somewhat rare field notes book. So factor that in when let's get back to the video. So not the cheapest thing in the world, but I imagine for leather it's not a terrible price, especially given the functionality of it. But this thing comfortably fits 1 field notes, and realistically I think it's probably meant for 1 pen, but I carry 2 pens in there. But I've carried probably 3 or 4 different field notes in this thing, and I really am enjoying the sort of like bendy nature of it. Like it's started to curve at the bottom and really just along that seam and the whole way, because that's how I have it in my pocket. This has formed to my leg. I like that I'm gonna be able to sculpt the leather a little bit more as opposed to just kind of having to deal with whatever shape the fabric takes. The Stuff Sheath I think is really fantastic. It's really simple, good for just keeping your notebook protected in a nice little shell. Like can hold a couple of pens in there. It's good for any other, like if you have like a slip of paper or just something else you need to put in there, just stick it in and it works. I usually keep like a paper clip or something. I don't have one in there right now. I keep that if I need to mark certain pages in my notebook. This is more of a notebook protector than an EDC pouch. You can't really carry much else in here besides a notebook, which fine with me. On the back it says ample protection for Field Notes brand memo books, strange missives, ephemera, rescued artifacts, questionable items, loose stuff, weird documents, wads of loot, and general riffraff. They always have some funny stuff on there. Very clever. Now, if I didn't have these pens in there, it would easily be like the slimmest, most beautiful fitting cover. But I gotta have my pens, and I want to keep them with the notebook. And actually, the pen storage on this is nice too because you have a lot of extra space. So like if your pen accidentally gets clicked out, it's not gonna hurt anything. But I've been keeping, like I said, I've been keeping several different notebooks in here. This is like the third or fourth one I've kept in there. And it's stayed in good shape, yet it has still worn adequately. Like I want it to look worn, I want it to take on some aging as I use it, but it's still not torn up, mangled, and I'm happy with that. It's serving its purpose. So the initial, what I wanted to get this for and try it out for was to reduce that bulk in my pocket, and it does that. It does that well. I'm looking forward to wearing the leather in even more because it's still fairly new. It's only about a month in. It's coming along. I would like to keep, handling it, getting my oils and stuff and really breaking it in, making it nice. As you can see, it's already sort of molding to the pens because there's like the bulk of the tip of the pens here. That's nice because then that kind of allows the pens to be guided to that one location instead of going elsewhere. But I really like it. It's very simple setup. Keeps a notebook, fits a couple of pens. You can fit more pens depending on how much bulk you want, but it's really nice. I'm not being paid to say any of this or reimbursed in any kind of way. This is just my raw thoughts on the DDC Stuff Sheath. I got this in the natural color. There's a bunch of different colors available. If you want to look for yourself and see kind of what it is, I will put a link in the description for you. But overall, in my initial, first month-ish reaction and test, I really like this thing. I'm excited to wear it in even more and get a lot more holding and use out of it. I think it's going to age beautifully. This is just my prediction. I think it's going to age beautifully. If I could change anything about it, I would adjust the pen storage. I mean, obviously it's not designed to hold pens, that's how I'm using it. But I would put like a pen loop somewhere. Maybe it's on the outside, maybe it's on the front. I don't know exactly. Bro. Bro. But honestly, this is about as simple as it gets as far as a cover, a pouch, whatever you want to call it. Credit card pockets, there's no wallet features. It's simply just a piece of leather folded in half and sewn at the bottom. That's it. And I like that. If you have one of these of your own, let me know what your thoughts are on them. I really have enjoyed using it, so I look forward to hearing what you guys have experienced as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this little raw review of this nice slickery piece of leather. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for watching.